Well, first of all, I talked with two HARDI members because I needed to understand what situations involve you rather than to just be a parachute jumper dropping in with a prepared talk and no current knowledge of what's going on. So I think some of the concerns are the fact that transportation costs are going up. We have a seller's market in transportation. Also that many HARDI members are possibly not where they should be in shipping accuracy. And definitely there are some competitive challenges which didn't exist a few years ago, particularly in the area of electronic commerce and rising companies such as Amazon who are doing some things that can be a worry for a traditional wholesale distributor. Yes, I think that many distributors fail to understand that the motor carriers today are getting very selective in where they want to give good service and where they want to give their best prices, and they fail to recognize their opportunity to become a preferred shipper or a preferred customer to the carriers. Many have not fully utilized their opportunities to lean down the warehousing function to make their warehouses more cost effective in the future than they are today. Well, I think first of all, they probably should keep time records of how long every carrier is on the property, how successful they are in turning the carriers around promptly. Think about, in another industry, Southwest Airlines gets more productivity out of every airplane than their competitors do just because they turn them rapidly at the gate. And they would need more airplanes than they now have if they weren't so efficient at turning them. The trucking industry is going the same way, and wholesale distributors have to learn how to deal with that. I think that they should treat truck drivers as if they were customers. Make sure that they have a comfortable place to wait if they're waiting there. Recognize that some truck drivers today are female. They should have restroom facilities for both sexes. They should make their facility an attractive place for carriers to come and visit. They probably should minimize the number of carriers that they use in order to give the proper attention to the ones that they do use. So those are just a few of the things they can do. Well, for one thing, in our early writings about warehousing, we tended to throw in everything but the kitchen sink. And this book was really written for the warehouse manager's boss. And what we've said is we're not going to tell you how to build the watch, we're just going to tell you what time it is. So what we're trying to do is zero in on those questions that the warehouse manager's boss should be asking the manager to know how well they're doing. Well, in warehousing, there's a move into robotics. I don't think most HARDI members are going to be there anytime soon, but some of your suppliers may be. There are some experiments that we're looking at involving a robot that does packaging and will put one part into another box. It's a robot that costs about $35,000 and will work 3 shifts. The payback on a robot at that price is pretty fast. Within transportation, I think the significant thing is the move from diesel to natural gas, which is so much cheaper that there's a very rapid payback for that. And then the thing I mentioned earlier, it's a seller's market today. There aren't enough vehicles to handle all of the transportation that needs to be done. We had a lot of publicity about the Christmas stuff that did not get delivered because the major parcel carriers were overwhelmed. In that market, they're raising prices, so you have to be prepared to deal with that. I expect that at least somewhere along the line, we will provide the attendees with a few ideas that they might not have thought of, or that maybe they forgot about, that will help make their logistics operation a little better tomorrow than it is today.